What is the cost of loving someone whose character threatens your peace? I watched this movie on Willie Hansen's channel called Loving a Thief. And you guys need to go and check out that movie. That lady has done something incredible with her channel. And after you watch some of the movies, they sit with you. So this one in particular, Loving a Thief, has really sat with me. And like I said, how do you love someone whose character, whose very core threatens your peace, threatens your identity, your morality, and then threatens your life? Like, how, where do you find yourself? Like, words fail me, and this is because this theme has been a constant revolving door in the ideas that I have about relationship and life. In fact, I actually did think of a story that I was going to tell with something regarding to that, but it's a completely different story. And I've had this story sit with me for a while now. I should probably find time to actually do that story. But it's basically the idea of who you choose being the reason your lifespan either increases or reduces. I know people always talk about the quality of your life based on who you marry, which is true, quality is true. But then what of the lifespan? If you were to find out that, let's say if we believe in the spiritual, or we believe in, you know, getting premonitions, or we believe in seeing the future, and you found out that whoever you're with now, if you end up with the person, 10 years of your life will be deducted. Like, if you're supposed to live till you were like in your 90s and have grandkids, that's if you want children, and you end up with this person, but you only get to live till 45, and maybe you won't have children, or your life just gets cut short, would you still be with the person? And the reverse is the same. If you didn't like someone and you were not attracted to someone, but then you had a premonition, or you had a revelation where you were told that this person is going to appreciate your life, that if you're supposed to live for the same example I gave, 45 years, but if you're with this person, the quality of life will drastically improve, that you would live up to 90. Would you still make that choice of not being with the person, or finding a way to stay with the person? Also, in addition, when you find out that the person you're with, your values do not align, and when I say values, I don't just mean like everyday values, I mean your morality, your religious values, your spirituality, things are just not sinking. And then you decide to call it quits. But then when you do, you've done it, or you've done the groundwork, not like you stayed. It's not, the person is not violent and anything, but you just know that your spirit, when I say spirit, let me give you an instance. I read a post on Facebook. This lady said that she was married to a doctor. And there was one night the doctor was off call. That means he wasn't on call. He was off duty. I think that's the word. He was off duty. And then they were being intimate. They were making love. As couples, they say they were making love. So his phone kept ringing and ringing, and eventually he picked the call, which I'm wondering why you did not put your phone on silent, that you're having an intimate time with your wife, but that's neither here nor there. So he picks the call, and the nurses at the hospital tell him that there's an emergency, there's a woman in labor, and that he needs to come, and there's no one else but him. He scolds the nurses and tells them never to call him again because he's not on call, that they should look for the attending doctor, even though they tell him the urgency of him being there and that the woman's life was at stake. So he cuts the call, switches off his phone, and goes back to making love to his wife. But the wife who put this post, or who supposedly shared the story and somebody else shared it, like I said, I saw it on social media. The wife says that she emotionally distanced herself, even though she was there presently. She could not understand how her husband could be so flippant about somebody's life. So after the intimacy, after the lovemaking, the next day, she asks, I think end of day the next day, she asks the husband what happened to the lady, and then she finds out from the husband that the lady died during childbirth because no doctor was available to see the lady. And the way the guy said it, he was so flippant, so nonchalant about it. And there and then, she realized that she couldn't love such a person who was very callous and indifferent about another human's life. And that brought on the death of their marriage. And so that's what I mean by values, when you realize that you and your partner have different values. So let's say in that instance now, you've decided that you're not going to be this person, be with this person. You've packed your bags, you've gone to be with family, or you've gone to be with your, the other plan that you made because you're leaving this person. You've done everything. You've even stayed away, and then this said person, now, not the same story from the social media, I'm just saying generally, this person that you have cut off from intimately comes to you and says that they want to see you one last time, that they just want to have a conversation with you, and that they need this. You don't need it. You already made up your mind. I know that we like to believe that we are good people, we are good girls, we are good boys, and let people have their say, and then you go. But how well do you know that this person does not mean you harm? You've already noted the kind of person, the character of this said person. And I mean, there's a lot of nuisance to this. I don't want to give the plot away. I'm really trying not to give the plot away, but yeah, you should go check it out. I really handsome. Big ups to you. But I think that these are things that people need to think about, not just only in choosing life partners, but also choosing when they decide they want to be a good girl or a good boy, and not step on people's toes or not be the bad person in the relationship. Where do you draw the line to save yourself? Where do you draw the line that you do not get roped back into what you've already, made the conscious effort to distance yourself from, that would save you, your morality, your ethics, your person? Where do you drop the line from saving yourself than saving the image of the good girl or good bad? That's my musings for today. And yeah, okay, let me know your thoughts. Watch the movie. Let's talk. I'm always up for that. Okay, bye bye.